have some fun today. Heading out to the local dealership, and I'm going to test ride some Suzukis. I've noticed last time I was at this dealership, I sat on the GSXR 750 and I was really impressed. That thing, it fit me like a glove. It almost made me regret getting this ZX10. But there's a couple other bikes I need to try. Motocity. Oh shit, 98 KUPD is here. Holy shit. Good. Yes, absolutely.
Let's get you signed up. We'll get you on the level clock down here.
Cool.
What we driving? You know?
I think I'll try the GSXR 750.
Okay.
How often are the test rides?
Every half hour.
Okay. So it looks like this is going to be my test ride bike. The GSXR 750. Man, that is short. Like I said, though, this is why it fit me like a damn glove.
Yep.
Now, the things I've heard about it is that the shifter is kind of weird. The way it engages and disengages and whatever in gears. Or I should just say engages.
No wheelies, no stoppies.
Ah!
Tank going down the street. You know.
Ah! I'm going home.
So, got any questions?
No.
Okay. What kind of bike do you have?
04 ZX10.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. Let me see something else. On guard. This is a key, hey? Wow. Showa suspension, sweet. Brembos. Yeah, these are nice. I like this carbon fiber, that's kind of cool. Some people might think it's tacky, I don't. Let's see what else we got. That's kind of weird though, the carbon. Alright, so time for my first impressions on one of these bad boys. We are in mode A. Good. I don't want to experience B or C. What the hell's the point of that? Get the mirrors adjusted. If I can figure out how. There we go. It looks like we're rolling out. Flat foot and bent knees. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's the power mode button. Yep. The power mode button is right here.
All set?
Yep.
Go ahead and fire it up. You guys are just gonna ride stuff all day.
Whoa. Well, 98 KUPD in Arizona is probably the best station in Phoenix too, by the way.
Remember, you got no clutch. You good?
Alright, let's roll. I hope. Oh wow. I like it already. This is nice. It's so small. I'm so used to my ZX10. Anyways, a brief history on the GSXR 750. Originally introduced in 1985. When they were developing these, their point was to make a very robust, very fast motorcycle that had about 100 horsepower, was capable of topping 145 miles an hour, I think. Having some issues here. Not me, but They've been through a lot of, like, I think they ran one of these, the 1985 model, in 1983 when they developed the engine in 83, 84. They ran it for 24 hours at Redline, and it did perfect. Nothing broke on it. That's pretty damn good. Anyways, yeah, it took the motorcycle world by storm when they introduced it in the Cologne show in 1984. Everybody wanted to try one of these things out. However, this is a far cry from a 1985 GSXR 750. Originally, with the original 85, they had issues with cooling when they're coming up with in development, so they came up with an oil cooler, and then the SACS system, the Suzuki Advanced Cooling System. Oh, this is really nice. I have heard so much about how great this bike is, and I believe it. Man, this thing feels tiny. I'm so used to my Big Bad 10. And my ZX10 comparably has far more power. Absolutely, it has far more power. Which makes sense, even though it's 12 years older, but still. This has the killer gear indicator. I like the big sweeping tack. Red line's at 14,500 RPMs. Yeah. So yeah, along with other bikes such as the Ducati 916, the CBR 900RR, the GSXR 750 is, and even the 04 ZX10, those bikes and the GSXR 750 are, what do they call them? Staples of the sport bike community. They are legendary motorcycles. This bike here is what really prompted Kawasaki to start kicking ass with the GPZ line, which ended up with the Ninja. Well, the 1985 model version, whatever. Yeah, I've done a little research on the 750. In front of me, that is an M109 and a Suzuki 650 Bergman. And the lead bike is a Bandit. I think it's a 1200. I don't know. And of course, we have the nation's longest stoplights in Anthem. Well, yeah, I like the gear indicator. It's only got 161 miles. Man, this thing. I really want to pound on this thing, though, I have to admit. Oh, yeah, she's got some snap. Nothing like mine, though. Mine actually scared the shit out of me the first time I rode it. This one, not so scary. But unfortunately, there are no decent corners in Anthem. I would love to dip this thing through a turn or two, because that's where this bike supposedly really shines, is in the twisties. Except, to be totally honest, my bike has the LSL handlebars, which would put the grips about up to here. And with them down here in the racer crouch, I used to love this seating position a long time ago, but now it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I can handle it, no problem, but it's just not my preference. I think my preference is going to be more set aside for the GSX 750S or the GSX 1000S. But this is really nice, though. Man, I so badly want to dip this thing into a corner. But we can't do that, because this is about all we got for twisty action. And we're being quite leisurely. And you know, I've seen reviews of this video, or reviews of this bike on YouTube, and I can honestly say I have zero problems whatsoever with the shifter. No problems at all. It's perfectly fine. The shifting action is smooth, like they say, like a spoon through a bowl of mashed potatoes and gravy. I know it's a stupid analogy, but if you rode one of these, you'd know. Oh, I can tell this thing handles amazing. I just can't really exploit that. And it's fast as hell, which obviously doesn't surprise me. So yeah, this is a really sweet, sporty package. This is kind of like Suzuki's do-it-all bike, because there's really nothing that's bad at it. This bike is good at everything. You can take it on track days, you can take it for long distance rides, you can do anything on it. And it's comfy too. I mean, seriously, the seat's nice. I don't feel like I'm sitting on a piece of oak. I feel like I'm sitting on a padded, comfy ass seat. This is really nice. So I would have to say that the GSXR 750, at least the 2016 model, I believe that's what this is, the 2016 model gets a Walter Black thumbs up. This is a nice bike. And I'll have to admit though, it does kind of awaken the squid in me, because it's a GSXR. No, just kidding, don't get upset. It definitely makes me want to really throw this bike around corners. I'll bet this thing handles and sticks to the corners like it's on rails. And from everything I've read, it does. Yeah, I totally see why so many people love this bike, because I love it too now. This is awesome. But like I said though, if I had one, I'd probably prefer the LSL handlebars. That definitely does make a difference. Having your weight on your hands like that. Well then again, at the slower speeds you get a lot more weight on your wrists and your hands. But if you're able to hit it on the freeway, the wind actually does help blow you up a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, it's still cool. I would be thrilled to have one of these in my house. Actually, I'd be even more thrilled to have it out on the highway. And I also like this test ride, because when I test rode the Harley with my wife, if you watched that one, the Harley test ride, we were doing pretty much under the speed limit the whole time on those big, hulking, lumbering bikes. And it wasn't difficult. I've ridden, you know, tons of them. But this is nice. This is real nice. I want to see. I want to see if that radar camera would have caught my my speed. Yeah, it seems like all the local motorcycle dealerships around here, when they have demo rides or test rides, they always pretty much take the same loop. Except with the Harley, it was way shorter. Yeah. Yeah, I think with the Harley we came out over here, didn't we? I don't remember. Nice little slipper clutch. And I would fuck around with the modes. Actually, I'm going to. Let's see, we're in mode B right now. Okay, C. No, just A or B. Okay, mode B. This is the slightly castrated mode. However, this is also the only like a 35 mile an hour zone. Oh, I want to just tear this thing up. It definitely feels different in Mode B. Now, another thing that's really cool about Suzuki is, okay, a lot of bikes have this A, B, and C mode. Personally, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't get it. I just don't get it. They say, well, if it's raining, you put it in C mode or B mode. I'm like, bitch, if it's raining, you go easier on the throttle. You have smoother inputs. You ride smarter. Don't rely on the bike to save your ass. Rely on yourself. But I'm old school, you know?